Today, we're illuminating one of the most discussed, and often misunderstood, phenomena in personal finance: why the rich stay rich and the poor stay poor. If you've ever been like the rest of us, wondering why wealth seems to be a secret code known only to an elite few, you're not alone. In the next minutes, we are going to uncover some of the hidden motivations behind wealth accumulation, why the rich think differently and the behavior differences between them and the poor, and how the systems and structures we live in aren't designed for us all to attain financial freedom. Whether you are at the beginning of your financial journey or want to escape the hamster wheel of the financially depressed, this video is full of insights, examples from the real world, and action steps you can take today. Please subscribe and like this video if you enjoy it. Let's get into it. Where does wealth come from? To understand the true reasons why the rich keep getting richer, we must first explore wealth creation. It's not only about making a lucrative salary, it's a matter of how you perceive money, how you handle it, and how you permit it to work for you. Historically, wealth wasn't always passed down. The wealthiest people in history, from merchants in ancient trading hubs to industrialists in the heart of the Industrial Revolution, made their money through calculated risk-taking, informed investing, and relentless learning. They had a growth mindset, a drive to work better, and never settled for the status quo. But what does that mean, exactly? Let's break it down. Investing early and often. Everyone else is aware that money is powerful and money used wisely can yield much more money. Compound interest, stock market appreciation, real estate investments, this is how wealth itself really multiplies over time. Perhaps a testament to the power of starting early, Warren Buffett began investing at a very young age. How about education and financial literacy? But go through life with a huge desire to learn. The wealthy are always investing in themselves: formal education, reading, going to seminars, and learning from the mistakes they make. By comparison, many never move beyond basic budgeting and saving, where they remain open to financial traps. Calculated risk-taking. There is inherent risk in all ventures, but the rich know how to mitigate risk. They do their homework, they ask others for help, and they always have a backup plan. They learn from their setbacks and never look at a failure. Tapping into networks and opportunities. Another important thing is building relationships. Wealthy people tend to be surrounded by others with a similar disposition who inspire, challenge, and connect them to the new. These concepts give us a starting point to explore why the rich stay rich. It's not alchemy, it's strategy, learning, and often, a mentality where change and risk are celebrated. The thinking of the rich and the thinking of the poor. That was all about tactics. Now let's talk about mindset. It is said, your mindset is your greatest asset. And this couldn't be truer when it comes to money. The rich mindset? Wealthy people think of money as a tool, a resource that, when used correctly, can produce more wealth. They are long-term thinkers, constantly asking, how can I make this money work for me? They don't settle for just getting paid, they want to learn to put in 160%, invest, become more efficient, grow their financial portfolio. It was this way of thinking where every dollar is an opportunity. The poor mindset. On the other hand, a big chunk of people fail with money because they think of it as a limited resource that runs out as soon as they get it. This creates a vicious cycle of paycheck-to-paycheck lifestyle. Instead, he said, they are focused on their immediate demands and, at times, even short-term rewards rather than planning for the future. This typically leads to high-interest debt, no savings, and lost chances of building wealth. Meet a young man named David. David struggled to get by, however, doing rather well, working hard, and earning a good salary. He used his surplus cash on activities that gave him immediate gratification: a new phone, a fancy dinner out, weekend trips, without thinking much about how those dollars could compound to help create his future riches. His friend Michael, who made a similar living, regularly contributed toward his future. Each month, Michael forwarded a small percentage of his income into low-cost index funds and made time to learn about personal finance. Eventually, Michael's investments started to compound, and instead of getting caught up in the cycle of consumption, David was gradually growing his wealth. Key takeaways. Delayed gratification. The wealthy tend to defer immediate gratifications for bigger payoffs down the road. Investing in yourself, education, contacts, and continuous self-improvement is top of mind. Opportunity over comfort. Comfort zones never lead to breakthroughs. The wealthy look for investment opportunities, even in difficult times. This is not to say that people with limited means are born with less smarts or ability. It's usually more to do with the information and opportunities within reach. And more importantly, it's about mindset, something you can control. The systemic factors. Apart from personal choices, systemic factors play a major role in wealth distribution. It is important to note that individual behavior is located within a larger economic and social context. Here are a few of these factors. Education systems. Many communities lack access to education systems that offer key financial literacy. Lacking the tools to comprehend investments, credit, and budgeting, people may find themselves starting on the back foot. In comparison, children who are raised with high-quality education are more likely to start learning about wealth-building tactics at an earlier age. Access to capital. This access to capital is a game changer. Those with existing networks and collateral are able to access loans and investments much more easily than others. In a system where assets play a big role in credit, the rich get richer and the poor stay poor. Tax structures. Potentially, tax policies can promote or inhibit wealth creation. The tax code is rarely favorable to the average Joe, the average Jane. Rich people, whether individuals or corporations, have tax loopholes, tax deductions, and tax incentives that make it, in many ways, a rigged game. Culture and expectations. Cultural aspects also have an impact. In numerous societies, there is a dominant narrative that hard work is all it takes for one to succeed. But hard work alone, without the right strategies and resources, can lead to burnout and frustration. Meanwhile, people who have been taught to think strategically about money, and have seen examples of it in action, are more likely to succeed. The digital divide. Access to technology and online resources is key in the fast-paced digital economy of today. People who do not have digital literacy skills would find it hard to miss open doors that could have given them equality and equity. Take the world of internet investing. Fractional shares, robo-advisors, and algorithmic investment advice have democratized access to wealth-building tools. But the astute investor who knows how to apply this knowledge can avail herself of huge rewards that the unaware or the risk-averse may never see. It is important to understand these systemic factors because that implies that while individual effort matters, it is not all there is to the story. There are structural barriers, and knowing about them is the first step toward breaking through. In the next part, we will delve into the mindsets and habits that one needs to cultivate in order to cut through these restraints to create genuine wealth. Money mindset? So, what can you do to balance the scales in your favor? And while those factors are systematic, your habits can make all the difference. Now, let's discuss some specific money management habits that prove to be effective in practice. First habit, budgeting and tracking your expenses. Start with the basics. The foundation of financial wellness is a well-organized budget. Next, track all of your expenses for a month or two as you're trying to figure out where your money is going. Use budgeting apps or plain old Excel spreadsheets. The important thing is to be consistent. Habit 2, saving for an emergency fund. Life is unpredictable. Rich people always have a safety net, a fund that pays for 3 to 6 months, or more, of living expenses. Not does this keep you secure during rough times but also frees you to take calculated risks when opportunity comes knocking. Habit 3, put first things first. Take some of your income for savings and investments before you pay any bills or spend any discretionary income. Set up these transfers on autopilot so you are building your wealth consistently without the need to think about it. Habit 4, spending money on long-term investments. Invest in appreciating assets, stocks, real estate, your own education, etc. Thanks to the magic of compound interest, even small, consistent investments can snowball over decades. Habit 5, continuous learning. Financial literacy is not a destination, but a lifelong journey. There are books, podcasts, and dozens of financial communities on the internet. The more informed you are, the better decisions you'll make. Take a look at Lisa's journey. Even though Lisa was earning a good wage, she was working a 9-to-5 job and was just getting by. She came to understand that her financial habits were limiting her potential. She learned to budget carefully and over time, would build up an emergency fund and would start to invest a small percentage of her income into a diversified portfolio. Over time, Lisa's financial circumstances changed in a big way. She not only amassed wealth, she also gained the confidence to pursue a project that became a business. Why do these habits matter? That's because success in personal finance is less about making money and more about accessing it. It's about being proactive instead of reactive, of planning ahead instead of living in the moment. The consequences of what habits we form become the foundation of our financial future. By embracing these habits, you're not merely making it through, you're paving the way for sustainable success. Stop the stimulus reinforcement. Do not forget that you have everything you need here with you. Having set out the principles and habits that make the wealth-building process work, here's the big question: how do you shatter the grip of poverty and replace it with real wealth? Step 1, change your financial narrative. The initial step is to reframe your story. Stop thinking of your financial situation as something that was thrust upon you like many other circumstances that fall prey to fortune. Instead, keep in mind that your current financial situation is a challenge, one that you can overcome. The first one is to identify and transform limiting beliefs about money instead of, I will never be rich, try, I have the power to learn, invest, and build my wealth. Step 2. Establish SMART goals. Goals are your map, they tell you where you're going and why. Having specific goals, whether to save for a down payment, pay off debt, or build a retirement nest egg, helps keep you on track. Journal your objectives, create stepwise plans to achieve them, and log any progress made. Grant yourself small victories throughout the process. Each milestone is progress towards financial independence. Step 3. Use the resources available. There are plenty of free and low-cost resources available online, from budgeting apps and financial blogs to free courses on investing. Keep educating yourself and do not hesitate to find a mentor. Having the right tools can make steep learning curves in personal finance more manageable. Step 4. Build a community. Be around people who have the same financial goals. Engage in online communities, local events, or social media groups centered around financial literacy and wealth development. Besides offering accountability, a supportive community also provides varied perspectives and tips that can speed up your journey. Step 5. Take action every day. Think back, little actions of goodness accumulate. Whether we're talking about not buying an overpriced latte to save yourself some money, or reading a chapter of a personal finance book every evening, consistency is everything. The rich didn't get rich overnight, and neither will you, but every small win brings you closer to your goals. Personal insight: you have a conversation with yourself. Django player. Pause for a moment and ask yourself, what is my relationship with money? Often financial difficulties spring from deeper issues, fear, insecurity, or a sense of previous failures. Process these feelings directly, either by writing in a journal or talking to a financial coach. Realizing how you feel about money can be an important first step for change. The ripple effect. When you make better financial decisions, the impact goes way beyond your bank account. This can help reduce the stress around bills and lead to better health and overall well-being. Just think about that in wider circles: your kids, your friends, your community, all motivated by your good financial behavior. This isn't only about individual profit, this is about establishing a legacy of economic power. Going against the system. Outside of personal change, we must delve into the larger systemic barriers that cause wealth inequality. The divide between the rich and the poor isn't the result of personal decisions either, it's built into the fabric of our society. Systemic barriers. There are many of those, but the general theme is one of access. Access to quality education has been highly unequal. This inequality impacts money literacy from an early age, and millions lack the know-how to earn more and make money work for them. Capital access, as noted above, acquiring loans or investments are typically weighted towards those who already possess assets. Policy and regulation, tax codes, social safety nets, and government policies can either narrow the wealth gap or widen it. Much of the policies are catered to those on top. The average individual, therefore, finds it harder to build wealth. A call for change. As we work on our personal finances, it's also crucial that we advocate for systems that foster financial equity. Support policies and organizations that invest in education, help provide affordable access to capital, and reform tax structures. Reform starts with informed citizens who demand better for all. Why it matters. Eliminating these systemic barriers opens up the road to financial freedom for all. Envision a world in which each individual is equipped with the resources and opportunity to accumulate wealth. That's a future worth fighting for, one in which the wealth divide narrows and financial success isn't the province of a privileged few. Actionable steps. Going through that community was very much in keeping with your narrative, yeah. Let's review all of this with some clear actionable steps you can take now. But they are steps, with the intent of you taking them to seize your financial fate and break through the logjam. Design your roadmap to financial future. Set out your financial goals for 5, 10, and 20 years from now. List out actionable steps to reach these goals, from budgeting to investing. Review your plan every few months and make necessary adjustments. Build and stick to a budget. Use a budgeting app or spreadsheet to track your income and expenses. Make cuts where you can expense. Pay yourself first. Set aside a percentage of money for saving and investing before you pay anything else. Invest in yourself. Spend a week reading on personal finance. Taking online classes related to investing or managing money. Connect with people who have similar profit motives and gain insights from their experiences. Establish an emergency fund. And if need be, start small. Even a little bit saved each month adds up over time. I would suggest aiming for at least 3 months of living expenses in a fund. Store this money in a high-yield savings account so you can access it when necessary. Eliminate high-interest debt. Focus on paying down debt that has the highest interest rate. Look into debt consolidation if it reduces your monthly payments. Create a repayment strategy that works for your budget. Ways to make money from home online. Consider sideline jobs or assist projects that suit your abilities. Think about passive income investments like dividend stocks or rental properties. Remember, your income doesn't have to come from one source. Diversify. Promote financial literacy. Teach and share what you learn with friends and family. Participate in local community programs that can educate you in budgeting, investing, and wealth creation. Help others take charge of their own financial future. Change is infectious. Each of these steps is a building block. Pick one or two that stick out to you, and add more in the months to come as you get better accustomed to your financial path. Keep in mind that progress over perfection means slow, small improvements over time. We've explored a lot today, from the mindset differences that distinguish the rich from poor to the systemic challenges that reinforce such divides. But here's the one big thing: you can change your money story. Now, imagine that bloated money mindset and habits slowly melting away, replaced by one where you actually control your money. You have become a function of your environment, where you cannot see the bigger picture. The reality is that systemic issues can be intimidating, but individual action is the catalyst for change. Your journey starts today. Wherever you start from, every step forward makes a difference. Education is our weapon. The more that you know, the more the future is created. Join the change. Going beyond personal benefit, financial independence is a revolution that can change communities and society. Before we wrap up, let's take a minute and look at our financial journey. What beliefs need to shift for you? What habits can you implement right now? Write your thoughts down, share in the comments. Let's create a community that supports each other. If you enjoyed this video, please like it, share it with your friends, and subscribe for more on personal finance and wealth building. Today is when you should begin rewriting your financial future. That's all for today's deep dive on why the rich stay rich and the poor stay poor. We hope you found value in watching this video and that you feel motivated. Remember to hit the notification bell so that you will never miss an update. Leave your thoughts and questions in the comments below. We love hearing your stories and ideas. Your future is yours to control, so do it wisely. See you in the next video.